Chief Minister Nongthombam Biren flags off vehicles carrying relief assistance and SDRF personnel to flood-hit neighboring Assam. Chief Minister Nongthombam Biren expresses optimism that JCILPS will accept 1961 as cut-off base year for inner line permit system in Manipur. Manipur reports 3 new positive cases of COVID-19 out of 30 samples tested in the past 24 hours. State's active COVID cases rise to 14. And India adds 17,073 new COVID-19 cases, above 15,000 recoveries and 21 deaths in 24 hours. COVID cases rise to 94,420. Good evening and welcome to Impact News. You're watching Primetime English News. To stay protected from coronavirus, wash your hands frequently, wear your masks properly and maintain a safe distance. And I'm PREMI THANGJAM bringing you the news in details. Chief Minister Nongthombam Biren today flagged off 3 trucks carrying relief materials along with 40 personnel of State Disaster Response Force SDRF to help flood-affected neighboring Assam. Relief and Disaster Management Department organized a flagging off ceremony at the western gate of Kangla Fort. Speaking on the occasion, Chief Minister N. Biren said that the flood has affected more than 22 lakh people in Assam. More than 2 lakh people have been rendered homeless, while about 1 lakh people are taking shelter at relief camps. Hence, Manipur government decided to send the relief items to help out the neighbor in need. Chief Minister N. Biren also said that the state government is planning to send a team of volunteers consisting of members from Meitei Lipun and martial arts group to help flood-affected people in Silchar and Hojai of Assam. The SDRF team will distribute 135 quintal of rice, 102 bags of pulses, 120 bags of salt and 120 boxes of edible oil to flood-affected people of Lakhimpur in Assam. The SDRF team will also help in restoration works.
Assam ki suffer to riba mayam ki awaba lagi drabasing ki awaba Meghalaya ki flood ki maramna lagi drabasing ki imung manung ki awaba aduga hujik thangnari ba awaba dai saru gyajari Assam dagi di Meghalaya na kitang hibam phabadagi ay Assam ki hana worst river situation sida state ki su resource kai gelekta banina angam makhar mateng pangmani ana SDRF ki saliba volunteer karigir mayam punam soi dangam dana halakpo oisuno ina blessing pijari sigi marak sida mo khoi ki Silchar da Hojai da Manipuri singtaba jaga sing khoi moida hujik ising gi shortage lai na thangna bishingi adu thangna bishingi do khoi sidagi jar do ga truck amani ga thasira ina madugi plan mai hujik si loiraga meeting lai.
Chief Minister Nongthombam Biren expresses optimism that Joint Committee on Inner Line Permit System JCILPS will accept State Cabinet's decision of 1961 as cut-off base year for Inner Line Permit System in Manipur. The Chief Minister expressed the same to media on the sidelines of flagging off the relief team to Assam from Kangla Western Gate today. N. Biren said, any state decision should be made in a manner which is acceptable to all communities. He also appealed to stop illegal encroachment of lands meant for drains to avoid floods.
Manipur City community mayam ne community mayam laiba sigi left right mang maning loina yenga tobatai aduna amane da haira pang chatpa yaroi aduna moisu yarkani da moisu yarkani Manipur gi laiba complex da jaise LP soidana koi gi government law report si yarkani na ising chaur pade khoi ne thingma moi but ising du mafam chana jenhan gi bale an badudi akhoi gi thone maduna ni hoje koi kano encroachment mayam thugari se nala da kai da khopsan mayam do nala da ising chen minute sorok chela kwai si automatically
Meanwhile, Tangkhul Naga Wongnau Long condemns Manipur State Cabinet's decision to set a base year for inner line permit system. Press release from the association says Manipur, being a part of India, should implement NRC with the rest of the country to identify outsiders. In the last couple of days, incessant rain has caused heavy landslide at Purul in Senapati district. Paddy field and crops including orange, cardamom, turmeric, etc. have been destroyed. Almost 1 acre landslide has occurred between Purul subdivisions, Purul and Koide village of Senapati district. House of a resident of Purul Atongba village, D. Victor, has been destroyed, though there is no report of any casualty. In Assam, flood situation improved in the past 24 hours. However, situation remains critical in the 3 districts of Barak Valley. Assam government has constituted damage assessment teams led by ministers and supported by senior secretaries to oversee the damages in flood-hit areas. State government has further expedited the response and recovery services by engaging the concerned stakeholders and deployment of additional resources and support system to the severely affected districts. Manipur University signs Memorandum of Understanding with the Indian Institute of Management, Shillong, Meghalaya for supporting start-up ecosystems in Manipur. Vice-Chancellor of Manipur University, Professor N. Lokendra signed the MOU with Director of Indian Institute of Management, IIM, Shillong, Meghalaya, Professor D.P. Goyal during the one-day national seminar held on start-ups and entrepreneurship ecosystem in India theme today. Center for Entrepreneurship and Skill Development, Manipur University organized a seminar in collaboration with IIM Shillong at MU Court Hall. Speaking on the occasion, Professor D.P. Goyal stressed on the inception of entrepreneurship in India. He said, in the last few years, more missions and projects have been witnessed. He said entrepreneurship is becoming a new wave across India, especially in the northeast. Professor D.P. Goyal stressed on the significance of holding the seminar, stating that Manipur has huge potential for entrepreneurship. The seminar consisted of plenary and technical sessions where concept of entrepreneurship and startups roles of various relevant institutions, including educational institutions, challenges of various enterprises and way forward to come up with new strategies and roadmap on how to enhance startup ecosystem, which includes people infrastructure like road connectivity, policies, etc. were discussed. Manipur University Registrar Professor W. Chan Babu, Member BO6 of Indian Institute of Management Shillong Atul Kulkarni, Director of Nalal Bajaj Institute of Management Mumbai University Professor Srinivasant R. Iyengar, Director of CESD MU Professor C.H. Ibohal, budding entrepreneurs were among those who attended the seminar.
New wave which is there altogether, especially in the northeast. If we just look at northeast, has a lot of potential, huge potential, no doubts in that, especially when we talk about the Manipur. Only yesterday we were meeting some of the entrepreneurs, successful entrepreneurs, and we are so happy to know that people here, they are having all the entrepreneurial capability. Things which would be discussed during the day, that whether it is the concept of entrepreneurship and startups, whether it is various role of the institutions, like for example the educational institutions or maybe the financial institutions, and then also what is most important is the role and then the challenges of various enterprises or the entrepreneurs or the startup people, and then what is ultimate or the outcome.
Manipur Human Rights Commission celebrated its 24th Foundation Day today at the conference hall of Manipur State Legal Service Authority in Lamphilpat Court Complex. Speaking on the occasion, Director of Human Rights Alert Manipur, Bablu Loitongbam, lauded the effort of Manipur Human Rights Commission in ensuring and safeguarding the rights enshrined in the Constitution of India to the people. Recalling how the Commission came into existence in 1998, Bablu Loitongbam said various incidents of violation of human rights in the early 90s, including extrajudicial killings in the name of counter-insurgency operations and loss of many innocent lives because of mistaken identity, pressures from United Nations and other world forums against the abuse of force by state and paramilitary forces became the turning point of inception of Manipur Human Rights Commission. While welcoming the annual report of the commission, which is to be submitted to the government, Bablu Loitongmam expressed confidence that the commission will continue to serve people of the state in fighting for their rights enshrined in the Indian Constitution. MHRC Chairperson Advocate Khaidam Mani, social activist P. Sonamani, representatives of CSOs and human rights activists attended the event.
India government Human Rights Committees report submit 2001 the report submit 1997 the report 2018 noina report chahi India report Human Rights Committee India government report submit UN question civil society coalition for human rights United Nations issue Manipur
Joint Action Committee against the land eviction process of the Waitho Sagom Sangching areas today submitted a memorandum of 6 demands to Chief Minister Nongthomba Bireen. Demands include rehabilitation of the evicted families by giving them a new land where the government will also build houses for them, compensation for all the destroyed houses and reimbursement of amounts spent on treating Mohammed Salman Khan, who sustained gun injury during the eviction, along with a job for him as he became disabled. Bloc Congress committees carried out widespread protest meets against the recently launched Agnipath scheme in Thoubal and Kakching district. Thoubal Bloc Congress Committee staged protest meet at the gate of Thoubal District Congress Office in Thoubal Atokpam Awang Laikai, and Khangabok Bloc Congress Committee staged sit-in at Wangbal Lilong Bloc Congress Committee staged sit-in at Lilong Kaitel, and Khangabok Bloc Congress Committee staged protest meet in front of their office.
Indian National Congress ki pandam di aikoi ki national asida leriba youth singi farmer singi aikoi tongan ba aikoi lang kaya da develop product ba sigumba scheme aside develop na back to the ching thageda ba ba ase manghin khidogo do mama scheme mama oi anole khoi Indian National Congress ki di asgumba fattaba scheme ase na manghin khiba amasing guntung da hurei ba youth singi Indian forces singi panamaki manghi do ba national ase manghi do ba ki kanba haiba se aikoi ki pandam.
Hairok Bloc Congress Committee HBCC, led by former Minister Moiranthem Okendro, staged a protest demonstration against the central government's newly introduced Agnipath scheme at Hairok Part 2 Mayai Laikai Community Hall today. Speaking on the occasion, President of HBCC Thokchom Ranjan condemned the Agnipath scheme and said the youths will be left with no pension after serving as soldiers for 4 years. Various placards with messages like Agnipath will spoil the moral of the youths, stop militarization of the nation, BJP government betray the youths, Agnipath is a fraud scheme, Modi take back Agnipath scheme were displayed during the protests.
Agnipath habasi koi lebak si angang sing si moina recruit toraga RSS ki ideology si moida training ki biba training ki batung da moi si lebak si Hindu ki lebak amo henna bagi moi pandam do sei manga tara si manung da pangya na bag badugi lan topa top BJP government si ki thosila mane ba adun madu khang padagi hojik bharat ki state ayam bada train mai tha ba madu toba ya madu scheme to hando haina irang mayam sagadan lere aduna masigi kanosi khoi yaroi naron singsida moi tungi lambi moi gi asat mahan bino.
Yai School Bloc Congress Committee staged peaceful satyagraha against Agnipath scheme at Yai School today. Manipur Pradesh Congress Committee MPCC Vice President Hareshwar Goswami led the protest demonstration. Yai School Bloc Congress Committee President, City Bloc Congress Committee and Yai School Bloc Congress Committee office bearers, Youth Congress and Mahila Congress members took part in the sit-in. Communist Party of India CPI Manipur State Council states protest meet at CPI office in Irabad Bhavan against non-availability of fertilizer. Around 200 party members took part in the protest demonstration staged along with Manipur Laumi Loop. After the sit-in, CPI members took a rally chanting slogans from CPI office towards BT Road. All Manipur Trade Union Council took press note says it plans to register Manipur Migrant Worker Union as follow-up to the triennial conference that was held recently to discuss the loss of jobs caused by huge influx of migrant workers. Unidentified miscreants have exploded a bomb at the residence of Director of Panchayat and Settlement THANGJAM Gojin, located at Khaba Maningleka in Imphal East District. The incident took place at around 9:45 p.m. yesterday. There is no casualty, but some items kept behind the house were damaged. Victim family says about a month ago, some unidentified person who claimed to be a member of an underground outfit demanded 60 lakh rupees from the settlement department, and negotiation was still on, as the department does not have the money. Upon receiving information, police team led by SP Imphal East M. Pradeep rushed to the spot to examine the situation. Meanwhile, residents of Khaba Maningleka staged protest meet today against the bomb explosion at the residence of Director of Settlement Department Anti-Corruption Cell Chairman THANGJAM Gojin. Yaipa Singham, Naharol Club and local Mairapaibi members staged the sit-in. Taking part in the protest, Club President Y. Roman demanded clarification for the incident. He said Gojin's Anita is having trouble in hearing due to the loud explosion, and his eldest daughter's face was injured from window pane glass which was shattered by the blast. He appealed to follow ethics of humanism and not to cause panic or pose danger in a residential place.
Settlement Department lakpa demand 60 lakh asi yamana heta pibang amanate yamba se anti corruption cell ki chairman su oibani laikai sida leminabada mahak na ngasi phawada chenja thumja ama ama towi habigi paw khoi tajade bom china langjalakpa matamda laikai gi mi ama natra kanagu mama sokpa machi gi daitra se kanana lobi gi dobino noina lobi gi dobra maramaduna yamna thuna adomna hairiba lalolu group lamdam sida leiriba idi lalolu group hainingde lalobagi ethics leitaragadi sigumba misam prajada bom langjalo haina khali maramaduna hairiba demand tauribasi asengba lalolupna thijanbiu aduga mari makhongdo press media gi thongda phongdokpiro.
Manipur police is intensifying security measures in the state. Imphal West District Police Commando team carried search operation at Bora Gali, Kakulong, Alu Gali Nagamapal and Kasturi Crossing in Thangal Bazaar from 5 p.m. to 5:30 p.m. today. Around 167 people were verified, out of which 4 people without necessary identification proofs have been taken to City Police Station for further verification. In the wake of outbreak of African swine fever on pigs in a veterinary piggery farm in Hyanglam, Veterinary and Animal Husbandry Department has taken necessary control and containment measures in the area. Speaking to Impact News, Director of Veterinary and Animal Husbandry Department, Dr. N.G. Botombi sought support of the locals for successful implementation of measures to contain the virus. Describing the series of events that took place, the director said that on receiving the news about pigs dying due to unknown disease, the department sent officials to pick up samples, which was duly forwarded to Northeastern Regional Disease Diagnostic Laboratory in Guwahati for testing, and the result came positive for African swine fever. Following that, the area within 1 kilometer radius was announced as infected zone, where culling and burying of pigs were carried out with necessary precautions. Sanitization has been carried out in the infected zone by spraying disinfectants, and within the surveillance zone that is within 9 kilometer radius from the epicenter, a 4-member rapid response team is keeping a close watch on the pigs. Dr. N.J. Botombe clarified that eating of well-cooked pork is safe, but the fluid from the infected pig can spread a virus to other pigs.
Masi narak labadi yan hambada ko yumsadu chaw thau yadaba mai body temperature si amna wangkalakpa chatpada hogutpada ngamdaba chalabasu khitang chalaga bom tuba masagi mathabaki mabuki ding even mana gangi swaida akchang ngangna leibu ugani I hajan boina madui matungda masi shooting diarrhea koigi mahi amlangba mathi pharakpa yamsu namthiba I kharasyorpa damai torga shibasina pun uba pangani kadu matamda hariba symptom si utana udakta sibasu yawi par acute case ta masi lena si pestivirus saiba dugumba DNA virus amna thonba dugum lena ni masi sandokpagi khwaidi maruiba di hariba lena si leiba mafam singtagi mek chelaba o puchalakpa maduna maruerga lena sina matang sandok.
Speaking further, Director Dr. N.G. Botombi elaborated that in Manipur, African swine fever case was first reported in 2020 at Salungpham in Thaubal and Waka in Far East. In June 1st, this year, cases of African swine fever were reported in Grihang village of Kamjong and now in Hyanglam. In 2018-19, this disease was reported in Myanmar as well as Mizoram and other states of Northeast. He added that illegal smuggling of pigs and piglets from Myanmar and also lack of cleanliness while rearing pigs and entry of people who work in the farm with infected pigs plus movement of non-sanitized vehicles through the border can lead to spread of African swine fever. He appealed to government to take steps to keep a tight vigil at checkposts. The director clarified that cases of African swine fever have not been reported in other parts of the states except for Kakching and Kamjong district.
Mauda Leriba, Adigi Morita Leriba, the Ukula Leriba, checkposting Sida Leriba, stop saying to alert with an Amadu Tingadam, especially police among paramilitary process and the Su Makonasu Timbu, India Mapam, Ayamada, Northern states in the Maruena, Ekoi Tangnariba, Nagaland, Mizoram, Meghalaya, Assamgi Parter, Arunachal Pradesh, Mati Triparasu, Haribe Lenase, Kananda, Chandok Podegi, Yamkana, second round locally control and containment, Major Miam Silori. Maramasina, Equina, Matam Karadi, Equi Mapandagi, Okuchanse, Lepatai, Madu ban order Hana Legrabani, Adumpo Amana, Madu Mung review Toraka, Koi Makatana, Koi international border land of Sulpa, Myanmar, Mamsu Tinanaba, Adi state, northern state, any Mapani Pisilpache, Koi Matamkara, Tingitai, Aduna, Masi, Miamna, Masida, Karakaminasi.
It is a sad reality that there are many remote villages in Manipur where children are being deprived of education owing to lack of government teachers. Apart from lack of teachers to teach basic alphabets to children, villages are also being deprived of basic amenities like proper roadways and electricity connection. Impact News brings you a special report.
Punoram village is located around 95 kilometers away from the Imphal city. It is one of the southern Tangkhul villages along the Indo-Myanmar border under Kaswam subdivision in Kamjong district. The lone primary school of the village, inhabited by around 300 people, is almost defunct at present. Reportedly, no government school teacher has come to teach the village children apart from the only one who came around 10 years ago. Village Chief Comfort Kuting said many villagers are unable to send their children, even for kindergarten classes, outside the village, owing to financial crunch. He also expressed disappointment that construction of the village multi-purpose hall discontinued a year ago and it lays incomplete till date. He appeals to the relevant authorities to address the plight facing the villagers.
Hanadi si function maintenance pasan na torambani ang sing nursery pandalek ta mangam dabako koi mama pamanaktalek kido ba ang sing si koi hanadi function pasan torame ojikti asi koi ojasu jahi mga tarasi lakpidre adune koi khunsi contribute hai tare koi ang sing kara like college macha sing de koina contribute to holaga koina ang macha sing si Kata malambani, ado ekoina asisyo. Yam kuina kano to ba function daw ngamdre. Angang nursery, am pick na ba A for apple, B for ball hay basi. Pau tak na ba oja. Pau su lakan bi ba. Laktre, ado na si lakan bi na ba government side lam dagi asisyo pamche.
Kangkum Thana, which is an adjoining village of Punoram, is a historically significant place right from the time kings ruled the kingdom of Manipur. Headman of Kangkum Thana, S. Peter, expressed discontentment that the only road leading to the village, which was constructed under PMGSY, remains deplorable and unmotorable during rainy days as the road was not constructed properly. He also said that sick people had to be carried on handheld stretchers for treatment to far-off places, as the PHSC of the village is almost non-functional. As Peter said, villagers had even contributed money and built a Kacha primary school building, as government has failed to offer any help to them.
Khara amana kanya, khara amana popi thage hena lae. Adubo area sigi ning thau mayam na thaba yade adudi mesidi Christian compound ni Christian area ni aduna thaba yade haina makuibo janghandra thade. Maru ena lampi si taubiro aduga ekwigi Maklang River da Kangpat Kamchong Phauna ba ekwigi thong se bridge se leidri madu leirabdi ekwigi damakta yamna khudong jare huji Kamchong da ekwigi district headquarter ama oibinina masigi thong si sadaba yade. Aduna ekwigi lambi siso ekwi huji chatnaba ekwi singling taubiyo haiba PMGY ki lambi ni aduna hujik singling oina su taubiram labdi phagdabane.
Border Area Fraternity Association, BAFA, is an association of 11 southern Tangkhul villages, including Punoram and Kangkum, bordering to Myanmar. BAFA chairman S. Bijoy said that the main source of income for people of these 11 villages is jhuming cultivation. He said horticulture crops used to be abundant in these villages once upon a time, but infestation has reduced production over the years, directly affecting their livelihood. Bijoy also said that there are 2 roads running along these 11 villages constructed under PMGSY. They are Punoram to Wangli and Bungtung to Kangkum Road, stating that construction of these 2 roads should be completed within 5 years. However, only 40% has been completed so far in the 4th year. He expressed disappointment over the delay and negligence of the relevant authorities. Bijoy said electricity reached Ashangkulen along Punoram to Wangli village last year, but villages like Bungpun Wangli, Namli and Wangli Market, located 2 to 3 kilometers further along, are yet to get electricity connection till date.
Bafa haibise akoi Manipur ki aduga akoi South Tangkhul ki extreme corner mani masida akoi miobe ki punsida communication sina hanba best tor akoi hingi communication si fajadragadi akoi gi hingbagi lambi sida awaba yamoye ngasi aigi bafa da lambi si phattabadagi nongju pantha yaurudi ana yet asiana khande khudong thiba awana sum akoi face tor lai adu ngasi Bondung to Kangkum Thana, aduga Punom to Wangli village. Masigi PMGS roche, akoi matamdi loshila government thaba matamdi loshila. Ngasi phawba da PMGS roche mapungphana shembi de progress lena thaba tawbide.
For Impact News reporter Ruben Saikom, this is Joyce Usham, Impact News, Kamjong District.
All Manipur VDF Welfare Association press notes condemns Chief Minister N. Biren for allegedly failing to fulfill all the assurances he gave on VDF Rising Day on March 6, 2021, demanding an appointment by June 30th. The press note says VDF personnel will carry out various agitations by July 5th. Manipur added 3 new confirmed cases of COVID-19 out of the 30 samples tested in the past 24 hours. There is no dead nor recovered cases. Active cases rise to 14 as per the latest report from State Health Department and COVID-19 Common Control Room. Coronavirus has affected 137,258 people and claimed 2,120 lives in the state so far. Total recovered cases are 135,124. Recovery rate remains at 98.45%. On the note, it's time for a small commercial break. After the break, we bring in updates on coronavirus cases in India and the world. We'll be right back. Keep watching Impact News.
JCIAS MPSC Combined Civil Services Preliminary Exam 2022 course duration thamanga July amadagi class hausarakani. Last date of admission 30 June 2022. Ex-Asian OBC SC ST economically weaker section ki oina 50% fee waiver oizagani ayupung 3 minute tara mga dagina hipan minute tara ga mga fawba class tathajagani. College saliba mahiroi singi oina UPSC MPSC Civil Services Preparatory course ulezari 75% fee waiver for OBC SC ST students. Eligibility 10+2 pass and above 24/7 library ki khudong jaba ulezagani. Ako pamarol gita 8414823540 natraga 60091-83690 www.jcis.com. New check on Imphal.
The pinnacles of success. Get enrolled to one of the finest schools in Northeast India, UNACO School. Excellence in education.
Presto Personalized Wonders Imphal da nauna hangdok chare hairiba asida personalized gifts, corporate gifts, awards and mementos, home decor, office rubber stamp na chingba potlamsing mafam asida phangbigani. Ngasi maglangsing birau Tilak Ras Enterprises, Presto, Thangal Bazar near Kasturi Thong, Imphal. Contact number 0385-244-9025 natraga 98621-00456.
Welcome back after the break and you're watching Primetime English News. India added 17,073 new COVID-19 cases, 15,208 recoveries and 21 deaths in the last 24 hours. As per the latest report of Union Ministry of Health and Family Welfare, India's COVID-19 active caseload stands at 94,420. Total recoveries are 4,27,87,606. Recovery rate stands at 98.57%. That toll reaches 5,25,020. Over 197 crore 11 lakh doses of COVID-19 vaccine have been administered in India so far. Globally, coronavirus has infected above 54 crore 90 lakh 84,000 people. It has claimed above 63 lakh 51,000 people and recoveries are above 52 crore 41 lakh 48,000. USA has the highest active cases above 32 lakh 39,000 in the world. Jennings Hospital today, under the instructions of Chief Minister Nongthombam Bireen, began the process of treating Clinton Wycombe, who is suffering from failure of both kidneys, following the reportage by Impact News, which brought the plight of the boy and his family to light. Under the supervision of Director of Jennings, Professor L. Devin, the boy was picked up from his home by an ambulance and all the necessary procedures to carry out kidney transplant was initiated by the hospital staffs. The parents of the boys thanked the former president of ASSAM and younger brother of Chief Minister Nongthombam Rajendro for coming forward and for taking the initiative to treat the boy. The parents also thanked all the individuals who offered help, who also offered prayers for Clinton. They further urged the government to continue supporting the underprivileged people who are rendered helpless due to various ailments.
Isaje hana leiramba fibam dagi hoji pharaga lani yumjida amu matam ko ina leirani ha khallaga isa ju pharani mayam gi leita lairagi mating pangbi bisi yamna thagatsai
chiraba tangjam da semgi hek inaw ni pa oibiriba sar boy lakpitana aigi sagi amadi aigi mung manungi awaba si ubiraga airiba layeng paring asida chauba mateng ama pangbitana aigi anoba punsi ama mu pokpibagi damakta sembu nungkai leitana thagat phongdokjari Manipur praja miyamgi Sothauraba imung singi lairabagi pangkhaida leihoraba silinau sing maibel sing horiba satrana harul khwai punambu hen pangba ngamba oibiu.
2-day free orthopedics and joint pain consultation camp began today at Marwari Dharamshala, Thangal Bazar. Shri Digambar Jain Samaj Imphal organized the event along with Dr. Bikram Shah of Shalby Multi-Speciality Hospital, Ahmedabad. Inaugurating the camp, Thangmaiban MLA Kundrakpam Joykishan appreciated the organizers for holding the camp. He appealed to get the benefit of the camp. The MLA also recalled that Shri Digambar Jain Samaj extended relief materials to people during COVID-19 pandemic as well as carried out various social works. He also urged the relevant departments to extend necessary help in holding health-related events. President of Shri Digambar Jain Samaj Ashok Patni, Secretary Ajit Kala and Samaj members took part in the event.
Medical camp pangthoktana Manipur gi mayam se akoi ana leng dagi masam mayam ring akthong no honre asumna Manipur mayam punamak su asugumba kathok pagi thona se leiduna medical camp sing pangthoktana makal gi Manipur se afaba samaj mo henaba laina sendaba adum henaba honamini se aduna appeal tawjari medical department gi su sumaina matungda tarokpada hena thona pibi haiduna Manipur government su ana appeal tawjari Digambar Jain Samajna Miamgi Samato Liba Tongan Bakutanga, Manipuri, Tanjata Awa Tarok Tanjasing the Su, Loriba Todang Shakoina, Kofade.
Sija Blood Bank and Transfusion Services and 20 Assam Rifles jointly organized one-day voluntary blood donation camp at 20 Assam Rifles Battalion headquarters, Tengnopal, yesterday. During the camp, 107 Assam Rifles personnel donated blood under the supervision of an expert medical team from Sija Blood Bank and Transfusion Services. The camp served to raise awareness of the need for safe blood and blood products and the benefits of periodic blood donation. Fourteen people from Ketrigao constituency, including 2 persons who underwent gallbladder surgeries, have benefited under Sheikh Nurul Hassan Health Protection Mission so far. The 2 persons are Ibi, aged 41, wife of Maninath from Kongba, Nongthongbam, Laikai, and the other is Mohammad Farooq Khan, aged 34, son of late Mohammad Rahmat from 4/25 K3 Bengun, Makha, Laikai. In charge of the Sheikh Nurul Hassan Health Protection Mission, Naurim Dinesh appealed people of Ketrigao to take benefits under the initiative. Nongchup Imphal Palim Ima Apunbalup Nimpal urges government to acknowledge the efforts of Maira Paibi groups and civil society organizations in curbing drug menace in Manipur. Speaking on the sideline of a discussion program on the topic, Manipur Kunai the Nishana Pi Bachaithing, jointly organized by Nimpal and Lamsang Nupi Kunai at Lamsang Bazaar today. Nimpal Secretary S. Shanti Laima termed the war on drugs initiative of the state government as a crucial step and that it needs to be carried out in every nook and corner of the state. Leaders and members of CSOs attended the program.
ngalinghay matamdagi akoy ima singsina ne 1970 sidagi akoy nisaban na hodokana Manipur ki kasin koya kodingdagi akoy sanghin na laabane ba ngasi bhawba sida adum sanghin na civil organization mayam sina jongthogala e ba du Manipur government na masak khangbide kunai simut ki batare mang ki batare tungi isa isu generation da aphabe isa isu puthokpanga maroi hujik se Manipur se drug ki makol oi na maram oira kan do lukhabi ma singso to kematik yame government na su civil organization singina tawri ba sida interest review aduga war on drug haibasisu yam phajana su sathabiri adubu hena su mapung phana kasin ko ya yongna phajana sathabina bagi mosu thamjari.
Social Awareness Service Organization SASO held Global Day of Action program on the theme Support, Don't Punish at the Whole of Indian Medical Association IMA. Speaking on the occasion, General Secretary of SASO R.K. Tiken emphasized on the need to rehabilitate youths suffering from addiction with compassion and not by force.
Hoi war on drug harga Manipur toriba war on drug haibasigi yam khenare malinguina ID Nixon na ID US President hodokiba ngalingai gi 1970s ki ngalingai da handokiba drug abasi criminally moise society evil ni moise hat kadobani haiba satharokpa magi program se masi khoi malem gi oni yaning daba adong asi di UN na observation nam su satha jakhre drug users sing se they are not criminal, they are victim masi public health ne habase miyam na khoi khangmam thoi.
Food Safety Imphal West nabbed a bakery at Thangjam Chingamathak Namairakpam Laikai, which was operating with fake license number of Food Safety and Standards Authority of India. Speaking to media, Food Safety Administration Imphal West designated officer THANGJAM Brajendro Khaba said 3 different bakeries were found to be operating under the same fake license number. The 3 bakeries are Rose Flour Bakery, Rose Bakery and NBS Bakery. They were all operating under the Flour Bakery, whose registration has already expired.
Registration number the Flour Bakery and Thonjanba, aduga packaging and the labeling dana NBS Bakery, aduga Rose Flour, Smaitona, Tokai ba, Maming Thonjalaga. Market yon base masi ekoi yam section view asumba te bakery singju torum gani haijabagi wafam dinate masi ekoi section bigadabani khwai dagi luribadi bakery gi item haibase makoi na ngasi manufacture tawraga sang bada nimitari ni dagi hendaba mayam amasu lei humni dagi henbi adaba mayam amasu lei asugum machinjak sing ase makoi na kaidoraba ngasi saraga niminini humni leraga moina packaging labeling napsalaga yonbagi yolomgani ena chingnaba mayam amasu akoi na leireba.
Safety Administration Thoubal under District Administration Thoubal today organized an Eid Right Walkathon and Mela on the theme Eid Right, Eid Safe and Eid Sustainable at Thoubal Mela ground. Deputy Commissioner of Thoubal A. Shabas, IAS, SP of Thoubal Jogesh Chandra Haubijam, IPS, CMO of Thoubal Dr. Y. Nokul attended the function. Speaking on the occasion, DC A. Subas said that the fair will help in educating people about food safety. He also stressed that people are also keen towards shifting to organic products as they contained no health hazards as compared to other crops and plants grown by using harmful fertilizers and pesticides. Also speaking on the occasion, SP Jogesh Chandra Haubijam emphasized on the need to eat healthy food and also to take exercise on daily basis. 30 food stalls displayed various healthy food during the fair. Relief Center for the Welfare of Differently Abled Persons, Manipur observed 142nd birth anniversary of Helen Adams Geller at Sagolban Tera Bazaar today. Speaking on the occasion, media advisor of the center, Nimol Ningombam, said there are many talented differently abled persons and society should encourage them to reach their fullest potential. He disclosed that a song by differently abled persons will be released on the International Day of Persons with Disabilities. He added that Santa is planning to open specially home for differently abled persons in the near future. Director of Social Welfare today in a press statement said that the restaurant food joints is, if found selling alcohol or other drugs to people under 18 years of age, will be punished with up to 7 years jail term or penalty or 1 lakh rupees under Section 77 of Juvenile Justice Case and Protection of Children Act 2015. 45-day vocational training course on soft toy making kicked off at the recreational hall of Nabalini Ashraman in Ghari Awang, Laikai today. Imphal West District Child Protection Unit of Department of Social Welfare, Government of Manipur along with Nirvana Foundation organized a program. District Child Protection Unit Imphal West, District Child Protection Officer Urimbam Indramani and Child Welfare Committee Imphal West ex-chairperson Thiam Raj Kishore attended the launching event. MSPDCL press note says consumers under 11 kV Khongman feeder will not receive electricity on June 29 from 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. as a feeder will be shut down to carry out jungle cutting. And now the sports news. Manipur shuttler Mairaba Luang has secured a bronze medal in the Adidas Nantes France International Challenge 2022 badminton tournament. He overcame 3 opponents before faltering to Presto in the semi-final and settled for the bronze. The tournament held at Rize, France concluded yesterday. A meeting will be held on July 1st, 11 a.m. at Manipur Press Club to sort out 30-year-long internal conflict of Wushu Association. Joint press note by International Peace and Social Advancement IPSA and All Manipur United Club Organization Amuko says President and Secretary of District Wushu Association and other eminent officials will attend the meeting. In T20 international cricket, India registered a convincing win against Ireland in the first T20 match at Dublin yesterday. Batting first in the rain-curtailed match, Ireland scored 108 runs in 12 overs by losing 4 wickets. In reply, India secured 111 runs in just 9 overs and 2 balls by losing 3 wickets, defeating Ireland by 7 wickets. Next match of the series will be played tomorrow. Before we end, let's take a look at the headlines once again. Chief Minister Nongthomban Biren flags off vehicles carrying relief assistance and SDRF personnel to flood-hit neighboring Assam. Chief Minister Nongthomban Biren expresses optimism that JCILPs will accept 1961 as cut-off base year for inner-line permit system in Manipur. Manipur reports 3 new positive cases of COVID-19 out of 30 samples tested in past 24 hours. State's active COVID-19 cases rise to 14. And India adds 17,073 new COVID-19 cases, above 15,000 recoveries and 21 deaths in 24 hours. COVID cases rise to 19,420. And that's all we have in this edition of the English Primetime Bulletin. Thank you for joining us. Coming up next is Primetime Manipuri Bulletin. For more news, you can also follow Impact TV on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram and YouTube. Till then, good night, stay indoors and stay safe.
Shri Shri Gaurachandraya Namaha Purvashramda Ekhoi Khwaibu Konbiramba Shri Thingbaijam Kulamni Singhana Mahaki Nukshijaraba